Hey guys, welcome back. I just had to rush and get myself. I was driving an hour away from here, um, on the way in, and some business I had to take care of, and I said, man, I got to find a way. So I put up the post, delayed the live until 1:30, and and now I'm here. So I'm gonna be scurrying around trying to get things together. So kind of bear with me as I do everything, open chats and all that stuff. Today we're going to be focusing on the Kirby. Uh, is really any of the generations. The stuff I'm going to be covering. It's real simple. It's any of the generation series, Centria series, the Avalier series. There are a few minor things that you may have to be mindful of. So if you're watching this video and you have an Avalier or a later version Centria, not the very first versions of Centria, which is probably 2009, 10, or something like that, right? Um, there's some minor things, nothing major when it comes to Kirby, which is fantastic. I just found out that there's a power switch that Kirby stopped making, and I'll tell you which one it is in a few. So in the meantime, just kind of take a quick look at some of our. Go to our website if you want parts like supplies, cords, belts, bags, um, you know, uh, solenoids, pumps, etc. Now, I'm constantly trying to make these sites better. So just bear with me if there's not a part there. Just kind of let me know, and I'm also trying to put schematics on the site now, so people will be able to kind of look up the part number. So even if I don't have it, at least I was able to help you with the information, so you can go and find it someplace else. All right, because I've done that many times, where I just advise people and I tell them, hey, find it here. It's a good deal. And especially, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I used to complain about Amazon, and then I found, there's some parts where I could only get it from Amazon. I couldn't even get it from my suppliers. So I stopped complaining about Amazon. Because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna change it? Are you gonna what are you gonna do to Amazon? You can't do nothing to them, right? So just you either use them or you don't. But it doesn't make sense to use them and still be complaining every day. So I just quit it. I just quit it because I do get benefit out of it. So anyway, I'm done with that. And also our shirts, GMR shirts. Now, when you log on to our site, you're gonna notice that we have a backpack on sale, and I just want to keep putting it back up. Titan backpack T7 750. It's a powerful backpack, and what's great is that it's a good backup vacuum. If you ever want to just have something in your garage, just because a lot of I even have a shop vac. I have a garage vac. I have a backpack uprights. Obviously, I'm plugged in, so I have access to all this stuff. But I would say if you to be portable, it's good to have a backpack. All right, because you can always drag the shop vac around with you, and that's fine. But the backpack you kind of wear, you know. So just keep that in mind. All right, but you can pick one up, and they're on sale right now. All right, so good little backup vacuum. Okay, all right. So in the meantime, allow me to get my stuff in order, and I'm gonna try to open up the chat. So if anyone has a question on a vacuum, I will be able to answer it while I kind of get myself together here. Okay, just kind of bear with me. All right, just kind of bear with me here. Okay, I hope you had a great week. Okay, did I shave properly? I don't think I shaved properly today, man. I was rushing. Everything was such a rush. It's just, oh man, everything was a rush today. But when you just got to do what you have to do. You got business to take care of, and there's no, what kind of excuse you're going to use. Be careful of the excuse that you latch onto. You might find an excuse that works and you like, and you'll just keep using it. Okay, so be be very mindful of that when you find a crutch that you lean on. You know, okay, I'm already doing other things, so bear with me. If you came in here looking for Kirby and you happen to hear me ranting about some nonsense, right? I don't think it's nonsense. I think that it's best that I treat the channel the way I treat my shop. When people come in, we chat, we talk, they come up with all kind of stuff. They talk about everything. Every president election, they have conversation. Every change in the schools, they people are talking to me about this stuff. And I guess it's cool for these kind of shops like mine because it's a more intimate environment. I'll be honest with you. I mean, some people don't want to get into it because, of course, but what am I going to do? Right? It's, guy comes in and he wants to kind of spend a day. Now, when it gets so busy, I'm like, man, look, I got to take care of these people. But next time, we can finish up this conversation. Next time, what do you say? And then, they gracefully just kind of leave. It's the people that just don't acknowledge the people behind them. You ever see? I always, you know what? And that's probably my own flaw, right? I'm always very conscious, like when I'm playing golf. And I think it messes up my game because I'm always conscious of the guys behind me, right? So I better hurry up, man. Come on, let's blow through this so we're not holding these guys up too much, right? But really, I should be focusing on my game, honestly. And especially if I'm not taking advantage of time, like advantage as in the negative way. I'm not abusing it. Then it should be fine, right? But it's in my head. So if I'm in a line, I kind of want to get the thing done. I'm not going to hold everybody up. just and that's again. I'm not saying that the person that does it is anything wrong with them because they're handling their business right at that moment, and it's my turn in line, so I'm handling my business. It's the people like me who a little bit like, man, there's like 50 people behind me, man. I don't want to hold these people up. You know, I got to talk to myself and tell myself, Wayne, handle this thing right now. Get it done because what? There's 50 people behind you. So when are you going to get a chance to handle it again? See that? Okay. So I have to constantly talk to myself and kind of get myself back in gear because if you don't do that, people take advantage of you and they'll walk right over you. Okay. So, but anyway, those kind of conversations come up in the shop, and so I bring them up on my channel because what I don't want to happen. Honestly, let me get my other stuff here. I got my emails. What I don't want to happen is I'm doing something, right? And everyone thinks that I'm one way. They think my beliefs are one way because they do that a lot in businesses, a lot in sales, especially because you don't want to. Oh shoot, my son. Hey, son. Hey, man. I'm shooting a live right now. Can I call you back? It's about the computer, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll help you later. Okay. All right. Yes, sir. Um, Holy cow! I lost my favorite thought. I lost my favorite thought. But anyway, I cover this stuff, and and this way, yes, yes. So because those people are fake, they're phony. I was watching a guy. I was watching a guy. He's an athlete. Oh my God, what's his name? Oh man. Okay, it had to do with, let me get my stuff together while I'm telling you guys while I'm talking to you. It has to do with uh Schultz and the comedian Anthony Schultz. And this dude, and I should know his name. Forgive me for those of you who are fans of this guy, and I don't know his name like that because I'm not. I don't really follow um, heavy with football and stuff like that the way I should, according to my friends. Um, I think I should be following sports more. But I'm a movie guy. But this guy, I remember every time I hear him, he sounds so phony. He sounds fake, like, what are you doing, man? Like, who are you talking to? And I realize there's a lot of people who are like that, who are, I don't know what is the word, man, but pity, victimhood, I guess. That's a whole like industry, you know? And he's a famous guy, whatever. I think he's on ESPN or something. And I'm listening to him. I'm like, dude, man, what are you talking about? So the guy just told a joke. It was, a joke. And I don't even think, I don't, people can have their opinion, whatever. But I think the thing what Schultz was saying was that you're getting on me about a joke about black women. I think it was a joke. It was just a joke. It was like, like they was talking about how the white guys date these black girls, and then all of a sudden they start shaping up their hair and they start growing beards and all that stuff. And Show says, no, I think they go bald because they get stressed, and they grow a thick beard because they get slapped in the face by black women, right? So I guess if Dave Chappelle told a joke, they wouldn't have a problem with it, and maybe, But he told a joke, and it's like, okay, so now he got a problem with it. All right, fine, you got a problem with it. But then Cho says, hey, you have guys on your channel that you interview that they actually were convicted of assaulting women, and you never made a big deal about it, like the way, like you made a whole big diatribe, a big long diatribe about the joke. And I hear nothing about these guys. And he's like, I think that's a little bit hypocritical. And he's like, well, I did talk about it, but they pulled it out of the interview. Yeah, but you could also have done an interview and do a big diatribe on another podcast about this joke. So guys like that, funny. So I never wanted guys to find out that I have a certain belief system about politics or because they'll slip out. Trust me, this stuff always slips out. About all this stuff, and then it's like, oh man, I used to like Wayne, but now I found out that he likes so. I'm like, if that's the only reason you like me is that I like someone you like, then what am I gonna do? Am I gonna control how you like me? But really, is that really if everyone that you like the exact same thing? It seems kind of silly that people lose friends because someone like a different politician than they do, and all of a sudden you know, we're no longer friends. I mean, that's ridiculous. Anyway, but that guy, I remember that guy being phony, and I was like, dude, you little softy, oh, phony dude. All right, let's look at this Kirby. Let me switch to the overhead cam. Oh my God, I had some funny stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. Some things that really made me laugh, and I wanted to just have you cracking up with me because I'm cracking up, man. Some of these things, there's some funny people out there, and I hope I can use these clips in the video without getting in trouble. But I have to big up, and I'm gonna put his name in the comments. Audio credit goes to Awkward Projects, and I think I'm gonna let me make sure I add this to my my credits for the live stream. Let me edit it. And because I want to give him his credit. Credit to, where is it at? Let me put it right up. Let me put it right above, right on the live question for viewers. Credits. I'll do it like that. Credits, control, and paste. All right. So I got that guy, my boy Diego. I'm gonna have you listen to Diego. Diego's funny as who knows what. While I set up my scene for um my thing here, okay? Give me a second, folks. All right. And we're gonna get into some Kirby in a second. But I really want you to hear this. I really want you to hear this guy. Because it's too hilarious. It's too funny. Let's see if I can play this. Can I play it? What's the volume? Oh, that's right. We gotta turn the volume on for these things, right? Okay, let me switch it over. Transfer. All right. You guys have probably heard this, but I just couldn't help myself, so I'm gonna play it out.
like casually,
All right.
like
Let me
at a
start from
party.
the beginning. No, let me start from the beginning. Golly, how do I refresh? Refresh. Can I refresh this? Okay. Here we go. Like Diego. Listen to the
Hello,
intro.
doctor. You here for your annual checkup? Yes. Good, good. Before we get started, how's everything been? I'm still married, so pretty shitty. Huh. You know what they say. Secret to a happy marriage remains a secret. Huh. That, that, that doesn't help me at all. Do you smoke? No. You sure? No. You're not sure? I mean, I occasionally have like a cigarette or or like a joint, or crack. It's a yes or no question, Diego. Okay, yes. Do you drink? No. Are you sure? I mean, like casually, like at a party or a wedding or something like that. You know, or like my house, alone, every night. What do you drink? Just like a glass of wine at dinner. Okay, that's healthy. And then a shot of tequila. Okay. And then another shot. And then a few more. And then some more. And then I usually pass out. Then I wake up and I take a few more. So the answer is yes. Yeah, I drink. Do you take any drugs? No. Are you sure? I mean, like, occasionally I'll smoke a little weed here and there. Like, I'll do a little blow at a party. Some shrooms, nothing crazy. Yes or no? Yes, I take drugs. Any prescription pills or over-the-counter medicine? No. You sure? I mean, like, I take, like, Advil, Motrin, Tylenol, stuff like that. How often? Every time my wife talks to me. Why? Because I know it's going to give me a headache. So the answer is yes. Yes. Diego, are you a stressed person? Me? No, no.
I had to pause it because I don't know how the peer use thing goes. So so sorry if you're right in the middle of this joke and you're just having a blast with him. My God, it goes a blast. Oh man. Whoever this guy is, whoever this channel, find this guy. I found him on Facebook and it popped up on my feed. And I'm like, I was dying. I couldn't help it. Right? I said, oh man, I gotta share this. I gotta share this with the guy. And when I say guys, you know me, guys and gals, right? Let's have Diego finish up his little interview here, okay?
Oh, not at all. How's your wife? Okay, I'm stressed. You engaging in sexual activity? No. You sure? I mean, like, occasionally, like, on our anniversary, stuff like that. And this activity is with your wife? Well, whoever you're having sex with, are you using protection? I don't like guns. I mean a condom. Oh, yes. Are you sure? I mean, there are exceptions. How many exceptions? I can't remember. Why can't you remember? Because I drink. Why do you drink? Because I'm stressed. And what do you do when you're stressed? Prescription drugs. And what causes the stress? My wife. Well, Diego, if it isn't obvious already, I'd say the source of the problem is pretty apparent. Yeah, I know. I agree. Obviously, the biggest problem in your life is that I don't drink enough. Okay, Diego. Nice to see you again. Hello, doctor.
Oh, waiting for the punchline. My boy Diego. Oh man, I want to see more of Diego. I can't help it. I want to see more of Diego. Diego is funny as hell. Okay, so let's do the overhead cam, folks, and let's get the Kirby set up here. I was working on a Dyson. This is a tool to remove a Dyson belt. All right, these little tools here. This is the DC 7, 14, and 33. Um, if everybody happen to have seen this and want to know about it, just let me know. Talk to me about this, all right? Okay, let's keep it rocking and rolling. Hold on. Let me make sure my mic is picking up here. Yep, mic is picking up. Good. All right, so I have a power issue with this Kirby. So when you have a Kirby, right, and you have no power, um, you got a couple of choices. You could just take it into a shop and that's fine, you know. But this is what I would recommend that you would try to do, okay? Take the head off. All right? Take the head off. It's good if you have a second Kirby or if you have a friend with a Kirby. Okay? If you have a friend with a Kirby and you want to make a decision whether or not you go and take it into the shop, it has no power, right? Do I take it into the shop or do I try to fix it myself? Uh, I'm gonna give you a quick diagnostic that you can do on the no power part of it to see if this fixes the problem. Okay, all right. So it's plugged in. I have it plugged in here. Let me move this out the way because there's something else I want to show you guys. So I just want to make sure I can find it. Um, make sure it's plugged in. All right. So this is what you're gonna do. The first thing is make sure your bag is on securely because a lot of the times the no power stuff in a Kirby is due to the bag. Is the bag just not being connected properly, okay? And a lot of the times, I'll be honest with you, it's because it's like this. Let me show you. It looks on, right? It looks on. And if you can kind of fit your hand between here like that, you're not going to get any power on your Kirby. It has to snap in like that. I almost have to hear the snap. Okay. And now when you test it and you're not getting any power, even though it's plugged in, okay. Next step is one, before you go any further, you want to make sure this is not getting jammed and stuck. Because if this is getting stuck down, then this could be the source of it, because that means it's not triggering the switch properly, all right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off, but this is not what you're going to have to do to diagnose this. But I want you to see the workings of some of the things I'm talking about. So when I do take it off, it makes sense. Okay. All right. Let me, you know what? Let me get my other Kirby now. But I have two that I'm working on. I might be able to cover both of them in this presentation. Maybe, maybe not, but I'll give it a shot. And then let me try to get this camera to do the follow me thing. Want to do it? Oh my God, man. Come on, look at me and do it. This is my 360 camera, folks. Is it really my 360 camera? No, it's not my 360 camera. My bad. It's called that. But the 360 camera is, I believe, I want one of those though. It's a camera that have, I think this is going to follow me now. Yes, it will. It's a camera that I think you can, it shows you everything around you. It has like two cameras, I believe, one in the front, one in the back, and both of those cameras have wide lenses. So really, if I think it cuts off, like it meets each other, and I think it'll probably use AI or something to fill in any gap. But then now you can just look all around the room and stuff like that. I think YouTube has a 360 kind of button or something for people who want to upload 360 stuff. And now you don't want 360 in this little garage here that I'm shooting my little makeshift studio. You don't want that. All right. So let's get back to this guy. So now you're home. You're trying to figure out how to troubleshoot this thing. What can you do? If again, like I said, if you have a friend with another Kirby, you can do the test. All right. So this is the first test. Test number one is let me check my power switch. Okay. All right. So you get a screwdriver. Be mindful of this area that you're working on. Kirby has something called a safety cap that you can put on here. But the thing is, the safety cap is going to engage with a part that you have to deal with. So if you're going to do this, just be very mindful that this section right here is not. It doesn't play with your fingers very well. Okay, so don't get yourself too caught up over here. Be very careful of any loose clothing and stuff like that. Okay, all right, loose ties. Don't have anything hanging in this area because this is exposed. All right. And I would tell you to put the safety cap on, but you need access to this in order to make it work, to test this. So here we go. I'm going to insert this little screwdriver here right inside to test this thing. Now, here's the first thing I noticed with this. Watch this. The bottom is missing right here. Look. So I can see the hose may be working because the hose hit the top, but the vacuum uses the bottom. This is the low power switch. And this is the high power switch. Let me try to trigger the high power switch and see if that works, okay? Because obviously there's nothing here. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna push it in. See that? So the high power is activated, but the moment I put the Kirby on, now look where the Kirby lands. Let me see if I can tilt it up for you to see. Look where the Kirby lands. The Kirby actually lands at the bottom switch. You see that? See, the top is still exposed. That means it's not being pushed in. I'm trying to see if you can see that. The Kirby goes to the bottom. All right. And the Kirby vacuum hose uses the top. So what we need to do now that we figured this out, we got to replace this power switch. And if you have one at home, you can do it. If you buy it and you want to try it, you can do it. If not, just take it into the shop and tell me you need a new power switch because you already figured out what's wrong. Okay. Here's the other test. Let's say the power switch is working, right? But you don't know that, right? And you just want to see if something else could be the problem. The other thing that could be the problem is your cord. Okay. And what you can do is just, like I said, if you have a friend's vacuum you can borrow, just do this real quick. Just take this off. It's a T20. It's a T20 drill bit, a torque screw, the little star one with the stars. Okay. And what you do is remove this. So this is where I took the screw out of. And this is the cap. So you're gonna push the cap to the front of the machine and pop it out, all right? So I'm gonna push the cap to the front and pop it out. It comes right off. See that? And this comes out. Okay, so now you get your other cord and you put your other cord in here. Okay, and so let's say in this case I had a black cord on the side. So let's say, excuse me. So you just slide your friend's cord, right? Because they're the same. This will even fit a 1988 Kirby. The actual ends right here is the same. All of these mock-up stuff is different, even on the Avaliers and the Centrias. All these are different because the Centrias don't have this little tab right here. What it has is let me show you, just put it right in. What it has is a piece that fastens it to the side of the motor right here. When this piece fastens to the back, this one goes to the back over here. Okay, but it goes underneath the cap. Anyway, let me remove this stuff. So the power switch needs to be replaced. All right, we got to put a new power switch in. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get all that stuff together, and maybe I can. Oh, coño, bro. Damn, man. Sorry, guys. Damn. Oh my God. I keep forgetting this thing. This is a pain in the ass. Okay, guess what? I'm gonna stop using that studio mode. It's gonna be tough for me to manage transitioning scenes without it, but it seems like I have to. Okay, it seems like I have to. You just missed 5 to 10 minutes of me trying to show you something, and it's not working. And I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right, guys. Nope, no problem. I'm not going to beat myself. I'm gonna do this all over again. I'm not gonna talk much about it. And let me just show you the things I was showing you. Okay, my apologies, everybody. All right, here we go. So, like I said, we're gonna start from the front. Every week. Every week is something else, man. That's right. Oh, that's the character. That is the character of the channel. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get a goodie like this every week. Every week you get to laugh. You get to laugh at my bloopers. How's that one? Don't be mad. All right. So this is the power switch I was referring to just now, and it's funny that as I'm looking at the screen that my setup screen is on this side. The screen that gets sent to you is over here on that side. So it's the closest to my eyesight. I have to train myself to look to the further end to see if you're seeing what I'm seeing. So if you ever see me do like this, I'm looking at that side. I'm going to see if I can swap it. If I can put the part that you see on the left where I'm working. Yeah, anyway, fine, whatever. I'll figure something out. I got to. This is ridiculous. All right, so if you notice, what I was showing you is that is the bottom part is missing. Okay, you see that? So that's when we put the head on, the head triggers the bottom switch, and that's why we would get no power. The top part of the switch is working because I was able to use this screwdriver, push it in. Well, I gotta plug it in. I unplugged my cord. Hold on, give me a second. Let's do it again. I'm gonna stick it right here. And like I said, be careful of this spinning part right here. And push it, and it has power. Okay. So we're gonna replace this power switch. All right. So let's go in and do that quick. All right. Let's go in and do that. And let's be thankful. I am thankful that I wanted to show you something else, only because if I didn't go over there to try to show it to you, I wouldn't have even seen this. My mind would have been fixated over here, thinking I'm showing you everything, and I would have missed it. So anyway, that's that. All right, here we go. Let's we're gonna use this T torque screw T20. Okay, drill bit. Okay, can you see? Yeah, it's a little bit too far, but anyway, so a little rusty too. All right, and I'm sure there's something people can they can drop their it's probably maybe vinegar or baking soda. You could drop your drills in, drill bits, and they can get all the rust off. I'll look it up. If somebody knows it, maybe they can leave me a comment or something. Um, anyway, all right, let's find the other. We need a T15 for this section right here. Okay, need a T15 for that. Okay. Diego. Oh, Diego's my boy, man. Diego's funny as hell, man. Oh, there's one with a drive-in test. They were testing a young lady. I don't know if it's from the same creator. Um, it's a drive-in test one. And he gave the girl, she's asking her final questions. Oh my God, that one had me cracking up, man. Also, hey, listen, I am so impressed by the amount of people out there that are just hilarious. Because I'm not, when you josh with your friends and stuff like that, guys can make each other laugh. But just to be a stand-up comedian, it's not, it's not, not part of my toolbox right now. I think I would, it would probably help my channel, right? Okay, so here we go. So I took this off so you can see the working. So remember when I was telling you that if the back of the switch gets stuck, right? This is what can happen. These prawns here can break. Okay, these prawns can break, right? Or get hot and melted or whatever. Okay, and so then when you push it down, if one of them is kind of broken, it'll get stuck like this, right? And you can't really do much with it. And all it is you just have to replace this foot pedal. But these prawns is what you're looking for. They break a lot. Okay, because remember, you're hitting it with your feet, step, 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 and one time, it could be hit a certain way, and then if it's broken, you won't see it though because it's still looking like it's in its place, but it'll be a little bit crooked. Okay, now what this is doing, if you look at it, every time you press on it, it pushes this bar forward. This little bar right here, it's pushing it forward to activate with that little orange piece that's all the way down here. And it's pushing in. You see it moving? You see that? You see the orange moving in? Right there. And that's triggering the switch. So this is your other part of your safety, and the other side is there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna show you this. There are two ways you can take this out, and I have this video online already, guys. I'm just trying to run through ways to diagnose what's happening with your machine because it may not just be as simple as replacing the power switch, and it may not just be as simple as replacing the cord, because you still want to find out what the problem is before you start ordering things, or before you send it to me, okay, or to anybody that's going to fix it, because um, it's just what it is. All right, I'm just trying to make sure that I give you guys all the best information. Okay, so let's take this off. I'm gonna show you. It's a harder road to take. It's not a shortcut road, but it is the most assured that I know that if you did it this way, you're not fudging it. How's that? Okay. All right. So I will make mention of the other way, but I'm going to show you the actual way that I do it to eliminate the hiccups because I just want to get to it and get it done and get out. I don't want to be spending all day there. Okay. So let's try it. Let's go. All right. Let's get this like this. We're going to take this off. Hope everybody is actually really truly doing well. Take advantage of the opportunities that are out there if you can find them. That's anyway, let me do this first before I tell you. Right. Tell you what I feel. All right, so yes, so here we are, right? So we get a Phillips screwdriver. We're going to take this out here. It's a tiny screw that holds this in. Now, one of the ways you can tackle this is, you take these off, take this off, all right? When we were rushing back in the days, and we just kind of want to swap out this power switch real quick, and we didn't really have time to um to drop the transmission and stuff like that. We would just take this out. Let me show you. And we would do it like this. Put between here. Then create some space on the side. You see this little gap right here? Because if I'm kind of slick about it, I can kind of pry this away on the side and get it as far back as I can, right? I got it as far back as I can get. I can't push it back any further. See how much space I made between here and here? Okay. Now that's enough space for me to stick the screwdriver in here. And then if I push it, it'll eventually get me to a part where I can just kind of pry this out. Watch. Now, I prefer you not do this, but this is one of the ways that we've done it to get this out of here. Okay. All right. Hold on. It's a little bit, God, it's not. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up a little bit. Let's try it again. So you see that, and then finally you get it out. Okay. Now I don't want to do this. I don't like it. I think there's a lot of risk of breaking something, right? And then when you put it back in, you would go like this. Just kind of do that. You would you would put this in first. Let me see if I can show it to you in another way. You would put this in like that, right? Get it in there, get it down here, and then bring it back, bring it back some, so you can kind of wiggle, wiggle a guy in there, okay? Like wiggle him in. And you have to make sure that you hit the prawns properly and all this stuff. All right. So let's not do that. Okay. Let's not do that way. All right. But I just had to show you that it's possible. It's just that the trouble you got to go through to make it hit 100% is not worth it. All right. So let's assume this is all together. Okay. And I'm gonna do it the way I do it. All right. Okay. The way I do it is it's a longer road, but I think it's well worth it. Huh, I need to change this. This drill bit might be a 15, and I thought it was a 20. Let me see something. This is a 15. It's because of the rust. I can't see the damn thing. I think it's a 15. Okay. I may have stripped this thing. No, this was already stripped. Somebody was trying to work on this. Golly. Okay. All right. So let me. Oh, okay. What do you do? You know which video I need right now? You know those videos that show you how to hack stuff? And they put like a little rubber band inside the screw and they turn it, it turns and all that. I need one of those. I'm looking for my other drill bits. Give me a second, folks. I moved it and now I can't remember where I moved it. Where the hell I moved my drill bit to? I need to get a bigger one than the one I have here. Uh, Let me try these. I'll use it by hand. I'll do it by hand instead of the drill bit. I'll do it by hand, okay? There we go. And sometimes when when you're using your drill, it's better if you kind of do some of these things by hand because you know you can slow it down with your hand and then apply pressure and then turn it like that. When with the drill, if you miss, let's say you don't put it in all the way, right? And then you hit that button to turn on your drill, and it starts to spin. It can eat away at your the inside of your screw. It could kind of eat away at it and kind of round it off, and all of a sudden now you're in a position. Now, if you ever get there are things you can do. You know, I've used the Dremel to turn a Phillip screw into a flathead by just cutting the line right through the screw. I've done that a few times. You know, you get like a Dremel with a cutter, you know, and let me show you what I mean. I'm almost there, guys. Give me a second. Let me show you what I mean. Look. So you get a cutter, right? Like, where's that? Here. You know, you get the Dremel, and then there was a zzz, you know, you cut a straight line right through there. All right, and then you get a flat head and turn it. Okay, so anyway, that I've had to do that a few times. Um, and some people have other ways. I have these drill bits that they're designed for screws that are eaten out. I just can't find my little case right now, so that's why I'm worried about it. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I do. All right, if you notice, okay, all right, I have my carbon brushes in the way. It's right there. I can still move it, and I prefer to move it because I really don't. Honestly, I don't want to have to. If all it took is a tiny little screw to come out, right? This little screw right here. I don't want to have to fight this. I just want to slide it right out. Slide right out. That's it. Okay. And if you're doing it, I don't want you to have to deal with that too, because you're gonna have to you have to finesse this thing. So this is what we have, right? So you have, here we go. See, supposed to have two, supposed to have two, and it only has one. See that? Okay. So we're gonna move this to the side. Pop this bad boy in here. Okay. And now they're prawns. Let me pull this back out. My bad. Sorry, folks. I forgot to tell you about something. You see these metal prawns right here? Like I said, I have a few videos on here about these. It's just when you attack things from a different angle, and sometimes the search words you use, people don't even see the video. They're asking me about videos about something I know I covered, and I know it's probably that the search engine is probably not, it's not picking it up. So here we go. You see these things here? Okay, they all have to be inserted into this side of the power switch. So you don't want them to be bent. You don't want them to be deformed. So that's why I'm kind of, when I get here, I kind of settle down, make sure everything is leveled, and then just push it forward. I should It should slide in without any resistance. Okay. All right. Next up, let's put the screws back. Okay. Let's put this back in here. Okay. Great. And this okay. I was telling you that sometimes the power issue on some of the newer Kirby's could be different than your power switch. It could be different from the power cord. It could be very well. It could be this carbon brush right here. The carbon brush. This is still fairly healthy, but if your carbon brush is down to, let me use this as a cutoff. Let's say the nub. Can you see? You see that space right there? See all of this? This is still healthy, right? But if by the time you checked it, it looks like this, you got to change that brush out. Okay? You're going to start seeing sparks, like really like green sparks in your Kirby or something like that, if you don't take care of this. But this is fine, right? But that other power issue could be the fuse. This wire right here, okay? There's a wire that goes from this side of the Kirby all the way to the other side, right? And this could be the problem too. Okay, so there's a couple of things, but the stuff that you can do at home is change your cord, you know, and the more adventurous person would be doing what I'm doing right now, which is going inside the Kirby and and messing with the components in here. Okay. All right. Let me do one more. Let me add. Where's my screw? Um, I thought I put all the screws here. Thought I put all the screws in the same. What did I do? What did I do? Where's my screw? There it is. Okay. I'm looking for the long one. So the long Phillip goes into the long Phillip screw goes for the carbon brush. The short screw goes for the power switch. All right. So this is in there. It's weird though. It don't even seem like they need that much screw for this. It seems like a little bit more than they need. All right. So that's that. We got that. Now this prawn here goes to the bottom of your power switch. The long one that goes from one side to the other goes to the top. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put the transmission back in. So you have your belt, transmission belt. Okay. And you have your tranny. Now, while you're in here, you know, you can clean it out a little bit. It gets dusty in here. Okay. It gets dusty. You can blow it out. You can get a toothbrush. You can get a little mini paintbrush, something that can just, you know, kind of wipe this away a little bit. All right, just a little. You know, you don't have to get crazy. Where's my garbage can? All right, I'll do it right here. And then I'll clean it up. Now, if you hear a clicking sound in your transmission, now that I'm here, because it is, I mean, it's a power issue, but you're already in here. So let's go further. Let's go further. Let me show you something. Okay, if you're tuning in for the ride, I hope this is beneficial to you. Okay. All right. Okay. Am I good? Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. All right. Don't mind me, folks. Uh, I got a comment today. This is going to be ticking. This is going to be. I'm glad I did this. Look at this. Let me show you. You see you see the separation between right there that between the washer and here. Where is it? Let me show it to you. See right here. See that space? Right. That's too much space right there. This is starting to slide out. This is going to eventually come apart. Okay. And my li- my my light flickered. This is going to eventually come apart, and then they're going to have a transmission problem. All right. So you know, I'm going to tap this in for him. Okay. But for me to replace this and add more to the ticket, I would have to talk to him about it. But this is on its way out. I already see it. Uh, I need a hammer. I need a hammer. I need a hammer. Um, Give me a second, folks. Give me a little second here. I'm gonna try to hammer this thing if I can find my hammer. All right. Damn, I can't find my hammer, man. And I don't want to hold up the video while I look for a hammer. I don't want to hold it up for you guys. All right. You know what? I'm gonna use a pliers, a heavy pliers. Let me see if I have one. Okay, hold on. You see my camera gets stuck? Now it's stuck. See? That's why it just pissed me off. It's like, come on, man, you got stuck. What the hell? I got to see if there's an update to this thing or something. I'm gonna use this. And I am going to use this. I'm gonna use these two things. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bang the side of this thing, okay, like that, and just kind of just tap it down some. Let me show you. See, you see it? It closed up the space, but this is in danger because it might just slide right out. So I have to make sure I let him know about this. But if it's a clicking sound that you're hearing, what it is that see these gears right here? Okay, let me show you what happens with this. Let me show you what happens with the gear. Okay, give me a second. I'm just going to put this in here. And I even have a separate video specifically on the transmission too. So if you want to look through my playlist, you can find them. Kirby tips. Well, you know what? Let me put the screw in first because I don't want it to come out while I'm demonstrating how it works and what that clicking sound is. Okay. Hopefully you tuned into the video. You guys like, subscribe. Don't forget we have that backpack sale going. So just pick up one or tell a friend about it. All right. Different ways to support our channel. You actually get something. You get something for it, right? Okay, here we go. Watch this. Let me see if I can show it in the camera. So when I hit neutral, the gear is going to disengage from the small gear is going to separate from the large gear. Watch. Ready? Let me see. Can I do that right? And press. Ah, damn, there it is right there. So it's hard to see, but it's a tiny gear. Now let me press down on drive again. Oh my God. Everything is backwards. Hold on. It pushed it in. Let me show you. It's gonna pull it out. See that? See that? And what's happening is the gear is touching the second gear is touching the first gear. So instead of being in here and interlocked and turning together, what you're having is one gear is doing this. So it's just touching the edges, and it's just like click, 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 and that's what that clicking sound is coming from if you have one of those. So it really just have to be either replacing this, God, replacing that, okay, um, or replacing that metal piece at the bottom here, that little metal neutral um pebble. So like the names be getting me a little bit. I forget the names sometimes. All right, so I'm gonna put in this bar, and I'm gonna insert it. Where's that power switch? And I could give you a demonstration without without that. I'm gonna insert it into here. See the way I just put it in there, and then it just falls down and it goes towards the back of the machine. So when the power switch when you hit the foot switch, it pushes in the yellow switch. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, it's in there. And then I'm gonna put up my transmission. All my tools are on here, so I gotta neaten up my bench here a little bit. Give me a second. Like there, look, and just make sure the belt goes on, right? Put it back in drive so you can slide it up and there's no obstruction. So make sure it's in drive when you put it back up in there. Okay. I hope you guys are getting something from this if you're hanging out to watch the video. All right. Don't forget to leave your comments. Leave your questions in the comments. Okay. Also, you can become a member of the channel. Okay. And I'm still working that out, guys. I'm in the very early stages of it, and become a member to help bring what we're doing into better quality. You know, you can help support what we're doing. I can hire someone to actually help with the unit. My son's in school now, so when I shoot these lives, he's in school, and when he comes out of school, I'm at my shop, and it's very hard to shoot the lives at the shop. Um, and yeah, my schedule is ridiculously tight. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's get the last one. I'm almost done, folks. Come on, where's the last one? See what happened? Didn't I just say I had to neaten up my bench? It's too crowded because of that reason. I can't find nothing now. I found it. Let me neaten it up anyway because I have to get some of this stuff out of here. It's too much, too crowded. Let me just put it behind here for now. Okay, let's do that for now. Okay, let's get this trash. This is trash. Okay. All right, good. All right. So I got this. All right, we're gonna install this. All right. Um, all right. Okay. Great. Fantastic. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna be putting the screws in here. So I'm gonna put the prawn, this top prawn, into the first slot, and this is gonna go into the third. Well, it's the second slot, but the third position. One, two, there's one in the middle, and four. All right. So this is gonna slide into the top, okay, and then this is gonna slide into the midsection here. And I'm gonna use a Phillip or something, some kind of screwdriver to help kind of just push it in because I can't get my fingers back there. Or maybe a needle nose or something. You can use something to kind of assist it. I'm using a flathead because of the sharp edge. I can. Now you shouldn't have any major resistance on this. If you do, you may have to take the whole thing out again because maybe that one of those prongs are bent. Okay? All right. You guys looking at my bald head. All right. So while I put the screws in, let me share let me share this with you. And I'll put the screws in. All right. Let me share this next scene with you. This one is funny. He was at a drive-in, it's a drive-in test question. And it may be the same guy. I gotta double check and see if it's the same guy. Mad Animations. All right, I'm gonna have to give credit to Mad Animations. All right, I give credit to Mad Animations because original audio, Mad Animations. All right, so I'm gonna have to make sure I prop him up for this. Let me transfer it over, and this is ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna do this transition. Okay, and turn on my speakers so you can hear it.
Driving test.
Okay.
Um,
Oh God, you gotta read it again.
old man? Well, I mean,
Let's do it again. My bad. Let's do it again. Reset. Reset. Reset.
Driving test. You see an old man and a young kid. What do you hit?
um, the old man? Well, I mean, the kid has his whole life ahead of him. So, I would hit the old man, right?
The brakes. You'd hit the brakes. For the last part of
Man, the things I find funny, it may be corny to some of you guys, but it's, it's hilarious to me. It's hilarious. Someone wrote that. Someone wrote that. Someone animated it. You know, yes, it's so hilarious. It's so ridiculous. It's so funny. Now there's something I'm experiencing here. I want you guys to see the problem I'm having. It might be it might just be something is out of whack. It just seemed like this should slide in a lot easier than it's doing right now. Could be that's how they made this one. You see this little fork? See that fork? And you see that opening right there? It's supposed to really go up further in my understanding of this. See that? Um, do I have something on top that's obstructing it? Let me see. No. I remember some of them had just touched it. Some of them back in the past, like they made the prawns too short. But And it doesn't seem like there's anything, because if anything was under it, this wouldn't line up, and then this wouldn't be flush. See? So let me make sure that my transmission is not down. My transmission is up. Let me make sure all my screws are. I have one screw that's not in, but that shouldn't do it because that's on the opposite side of the. That screw is on totally on the opposite side, so that shouldn't be the problem. Let me see. But let me just in case. Let me put all maybe make sure all the screws are nice and tight and up, all the way screwed in. Okay. All right, that's all the way in. This one is all the way. This one is all the way. So all these are all the way in. All right. And I just don't like that. It's just touching. It can easily slip off, but you know, let's tighten it up, man. This is just the way they made it. I do remember some of them were made like this, but it's supposed to be, excuse me, this is supposed to literally like stick up through here. Okay. This is what when you go back and forth like this with the tranny. No, something is wrong. Something is wrong, man. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Look at this. This is not even moving the way it's supposed to. What's wrong? Something is wrong. There may be another issue. Let's hold on. Let me assume for a second that it's my error. All right. Let's assume it's my error. But I gotta find out what's going on. Something is not right. Let me see. There's no structural change. Nothing is different. Okay. This is not enough to stop anything. This is just lint. Okay. Slide back and forth. Okay. Okay. This is not out any further than it's supposed to be. This little metal bar right here. It's right there. It's not like it's sticking out. Okay. And let's do this one more time. Something didn't feel right. And does this slide regular now? Look, the slide's pretty decent. All right. Okay. Let's look at it again. I don't like how this is sitting. I don't like how this is sitting. Let me try something. Give me a second, folks. I'm gonna bend this a little bit this way towards me. This part, this little section right here. I'm gonna bend it a little bit towards me. I don't like that it's so far in that way that when I put this on, I gotta force. There it is. Look at that. Yep, it just sits there without any force. All right. Let's do this again. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem. This is a problem. I don't like this. This is supposed to sit better than this. Huh. Okay. All right. If it was mine, I probably would have used the Dremel and make this thinner, make one of those two prongs, the fork. I would probably have thinned one out so it can just slide up in there because but I'm a little hesitant to do that for this guy's machine. Okay, let me see something. Okay, I'm just not tightening that. I'm just not tightening the this too tight on this side. Let me just tighten it just a little bit more. Still good. Let me tighten a little bit more. Still good. All right. No problemo, man. And don't forget, I'm gonna be putting that prawn back in there because remember I took it out, so that prawn's going back in. Oh, did I already put it back in? Nope. Nope. The top one. Okay. Almost done, peeps. Almost finito. So, all right. And then the next thing you do on a Kirby, sometimes you have to. I have fan blade demos, changing the fan blade, so you can look that up because you want, if your fan blade is busted, you want to change the fan blade. Come on, man. Um, uh, uh, see why people be throwing things out. I can see why people grab their stuff and just toss it. I have a friend that when he gets pissed off, he grabs the phone and just yanks it across the room. He's not mad at the phone though. I think he's just mad at the situation, so he just takes it on the phone. I would, if I didn't pay for this camera, I would take it out on it. All right, here we go. So now we're gonna put this on. Oh, before we do that, my bad. I have to put this. This is for the headlight, so I gotta make sure this goes back. This goes inside. I really should have done it before I close it up, but yeah, I should have done it before I close it up because it becomes hard to pry it in there. All right, so now when you're using the diamond Kirby, you're gonna put this in first. Put this part in first, slide it in, and then you bring it over like that. Okay. But for the other Kirby that don't have it, just put it right on there. Okay, and that I think that covers most of the basic stuff. Like I said, I have other videos on the channel about this. Okay. Okay. All right. So there was this, so there's a comedian, right? And God, you can't, man, damn it. Okay, you know what? What's that thing about insanity? Doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. All right, I'm gonna change the camera. Okay, I think I'm done with that. I'm gonna change the camera. Um, just look forward for me to announce I have a new camera. All right. I'm not stopping anyone from sending me a camera though, but not asking for it either. But but I'm not gonna send it back if you say, you know what, Wayne, I'm getting a lot out of your channel. You're a net positive for our society and everything else. Yeah, here's a camera. But no, I'm not sitting here waiting for someone to send me a camera. All right, I think I'm gonna give that guy a different cord. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'll ask him if he wants to replace the cord with another cord. If the cord was damaged, maybe, but it's not damaged. The only difference is just the cosmetic part of it. See that? So I think what I'll do for him for now is I'll just probably use a zip tie to kind of secure that. I probably don't even have to mess with this because I'll be perfectly honest with you. If he's not yanking this cord out, it's not gonna do anything. All right, put the screw back. Um, a zip tie though can work. Let's say you could put a zip tie through here if you have one of these problems and just tie it up. Ah, it's courtesy. Let me do it. Let me find a zip tie. It's just a little, it's just a little extra thing, it's not really, what is it costing me? A single zip tie. Um, I mean, it may cost me a cord, when I meaning that the possibility of upselling the cord, but Let me make this effort, man. Let me do the right thing, according to my conscience. Okay, this feels right. So, all right, here we go. So I do the zip tie. Look here. See that? So I just tied it up for him. At least it kept it in place, all right? And then I can just slide the screw in right after that. No big deal. It didn't harm you. It didn't cost you really, what, a penny for the zip tie maybe. And and some customers don't even like stuff like this, They don't like the makeshift stuff, so they'll probably just tell you to put a brand new one in anyway. So, but make the effort, if you're a service person. All right, so next up. And then say, listen, we did this for you. Um, it's probably best you have a brand new cord. I mean, we do have cord. I could put one on in a few minutes if you like. And that's it. Real simple. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Voila. Right? I'm gonna put a new belt on this, but not right now. Give this guy a new belt. I'm gonna put a new bag in this thing. Probably put a little bit of rubby on it, trying to clean it up a little bit. All right. And the bag is on the side. Snap it in. A handle. Power. Man, we're cooking, baby. We are cooking. All right. All right. What was the other one I was dealing with? I had a couple of funny ones that I liked. It's fine though.
You
It's fine. Okay, I think I am just about done. I gotta get ready to go to my shop, folks. Um, I gotta get ready to go to my shop. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out, for tuning in. For those who did and those who didn't, you'll catch me later. Okay? Catch me later, man. It's all right. We'll do it again. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything out of my normal stuff that I want to share with you guys. I'm not missing anything. I got everything. Got everything. What's my comment? Comment of the week. Where's my comment of the week? I had a nice lady give me a comment. I had a nice lady give me a comment. Is it a lady or a guy? You know what? If if it's um if it's a name, and these pictures are so small when I get to see them, I may not know if it's a guy or girl I'm talking to. I do my best. But don't be offended. You know, this. I mean, we got to toughen up. I'll be honest with you. We got to toughen up. Who got in trouble for misgendering somebody? Stuff like that. I mean, what kind of craziness is that? That we, do you know I used to have customers call in to my sales office, right? Maybe it's about a sale or whatever. And sometimes the voice is so deep that it sounds like a man, right? And, some people, because they know that, they'll just say, oh, no, I'm a woman. And some people say, yeah, I know I have a deep voice. And no, I'm a woman. It's like, oh, okay, all right, fantastic, no problem. And you make the correction, no biggie, right? But others, man, it's just they're looking for you to mess up. And then you say, it's like, oh, gotcha. You got me, huh? Damn. When you're in your own business, what do you do? Maybe someone decided they don't want to do business with you or something, but you don't want to get fired over something like that. It's like, come on, man, what are you doing? This is people's livelihood, man. The emotions got hurt, but there was this funny video. Oh my God, maybe I shouldn't even be sharing it. And maybe that's why. Maybe that's why, because maybe I shouldn't be sharing this one because it's too ridiculous. Um, I'm gonna put yes. Yes. Um, yeah, maybe I shouldn't send it because it was so funny. It was so funny. It's just, yeah, it's this dude. Oh my God, this guy is hilarious. Hold on, 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 hold on. Yeah, hold on. All right, I'm gonna share it with you because it's funny as hell, and it's not cool if I keep it to myself. I'm gonna say my name. Yeah. Oh my God, he's too funny. So ridiculous. You guys are hilarious, man. I mean, the funniest people I think live in America. I'll be honest with you. I really do think so. I think the funniest people live in America. I'm pretty sure Britain is funny. Germany, I'm sure you guys are funny. But Americans, man, I think Jamaicans are funny, but you have to understand what they're saying, you know. You got to understand what they're saying. I think the Hispanic, the ones I see, they like a lot of spoofs, you know, like that kind of humor, you know, um, scaring people or tricking people, that kind of spoof stuff. I've seen that a lot, which is cool too. There's a lot of funny stuff online for those guys. Man, I sent it to myself. Why can't I see it? I sent it to me. Oh man, they don't want me to share it, man. They who? Google the workspace. Okay, here we go. All right, let me open this up. I'm gonna share it with you. Here we go. All right, and now I'm gonna sign off on this. Okay, because this is it's funny. It's too funny for me anyway. Somebody else may not think it's funny, but it's funny. It's from something on Twitter X. Hope I don't get banned or something because this guy's so funny, man.
White people make their edibles so strong. What are you running from? Why am I tasting colors? I just wanted to go to Target. Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut. Yo, I'm so high. Why do
Somebody may not find that funny, but I find I find it funny. Did you hear it? Oh shoot! I didn't even check to see my speakers were
white
working.
people
Yeah. Edibles. Well, hey guys, maybe some of you guys will leave a comment and let me know what's going on with that. Okay. All right, guys. This is everything I got going on with me, and I will talk to you again another time. That's me right there. You see that? All right. I will talk to you again another time. I will be live again on Saturday. If you have something you really want to cover, let me know. I'll do my best to bring it up and cover it. Um, what's the comment? What's the comment? The lady said, "Why is Seal giving us advice on fixing vacuums?" Um, that's hilarious. So here it is. Why is Seal giving us advice on carpet shampooers? Shouldn't he be singing? I told him this is my side gig. I thought that was a little funny. See you guys next time. Stay positive. Don't let anyone take your joy. All right. Don't let anyone get inside and tell you you're less than who you are, even when it sounds like they're patting you on your back. A lot of people who sound like they're supporting you are actually telling you that they think you're less than. Be very mindful of these people. Um, a lot of them, they have good intentions, I think, but they do think that you're less than. So be very careful not to take too much of what people say, whether it's good or bad. Um, just take it in for what it is, but also don't, don't carve out your identity based on what people have to say about you. All right, I'm done with that. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay